Welcome and thank you very much for joining me. This is Mike Hamilton for Trade the Easy Way, and what a week we've got ahead of us. So the UK are going to vote on whether we stay in the very big market of Europe or whether we want to get out, whether the majority of the UK population or voting population want to get out. So what I'm going to do to piece this together is to start off by looking at some leading indicators, some bellwether indicators, and I've picked the Nasdaq daily chart here because I think what happens on the Nasdaq could give us a clue as to the mood of the market, whether it's risk on or risk off. And this market, which is in line with the a lot of Asian markets, finished low for the week. So at the moment, the sentiment, the back end of last week was very weak, despite a push up on Thursday. Indicators are, this is the stochastic on the daily and the MACD, the indicators are low and we are coming into a support area, but in the main we are closing low. So you've got this cluster of moving averages above on this Nasdaq, so unless we start to at least perk up in the early first half of the week, then I think the sentiment in the market is negative, so that could potentially mean greater strength of the dollar, and safe havens like gold are getting bought. But is that the case? So let's follow this through to, let's look at something like gold on a weekly chart. You can see gold looked pretty pathetic down here, close to the $1,000 an ounce mark, and then back in the last year, early part of this year, we sprinted up on this weekly chart. A recent pullback here, which has thrown us into this 50% fibs. So I actually think the gold could come off here. We are running out of momentum, coming into a lot of resistance from early part of 2015 and throughout early parts of 2016. So we're coming to a lot of resistance area. And I think the daily chart had an exhaustive move, an exhaustive push on Thursday, which saw it close lower, and here we are just coming to resistance areas. So 1308 is a main line in the sand because that's the high from, oh, you can't see that, sorry, the main high from January 2015. So I'm looking for a move similar to January 2015, where we run up, we just fade off, got a very high reading on the charts here, and then proceeded just to drift lower, and consequently any highs were sold into until we got this base move in the early part of the year and the rush to the upside. Okay, so we got we've got a weak Nasdaq, we've got gold that looks as if it's running out of steam, and equally oil on a weekly chart is put a sell signal in a couple of weeks back, finished fairly flat to low last week. This seasonally I would expect this to drift lower. The drive season contracts are out of the way, and making look at again daily indicators looking a bit high, and looks like they're running out of steam and fading here, and looking for this MACD to cross and come lower. So I'm looking for retests of these lower levels to see if that can close lower on the week. However, this was a bit of a buy signal in the daily, in that we had a new low in this little range with a close above, but we didn't close above the 20 EMA. So any chart that can't close above the 20 EMA is to be traded with caution, to my way of thinking. So I'm not touching oil at the moment. Right, so now let's get down to business on the pound. We have just literally opened up, or we've gapped up to 145 area, or close 144.50 on the back of a weekly chart which was a hammerlight bar. You can see all this massive support down here, This was the 09 lows, which we touched on in February this year, and now we are just attempting to push higher here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait, keep my powder dry on Monday, see if we come back down to this support area 143. If that holds, then look to buy into 143. Similarly, in the pound yen, we've had on the day, yeah, we're in this massive apex, this widening apex. It's a descending triangle, so potentially the highs in this could keep selling. So if we push into 156 and get a sell signal, I'll look to that. Now, what I think could happen here is we could get a very violent move one way or the other, and it's possible it's going to be so violent that you're not going to be able to get in it and trade it. So be very cautious if you are taking trades in this market, particularly holding trades in this market. As you get closer to Thursday, be on your guard and make sure you have apportioned the risk in your account properly and you've taken the relative precautions in a market that could be this violent. You don't forget, on the US dollar Swissy Thursday, we had a year's worth of trading in something ridiculous like an hour or 2 hours on the middle of January 2015. Okay, so there's not to say that we can't have anything like that again. Alright, so just a word of caution. Treat this market with respect and protect yourselves as best you can. If the markets get too volatile as we get to the middle half of the week, then just steer clear and wait, stay out of it and wait and see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to just steer clear of this market Monday, let this market settle down, and then start to consider some trades on perhaps as we get into the US session on Monday. I will open the room on Monday morning, but all I'm going to do is scanning the markets, taking a quick peek at any potential moves, and then I will take trades accordingly. But very cautious on the week, and just conscious that you're going to see some potential massive volatility. We need to protect against that. Alright, so I'm going to do a fuller scan as Monday gets underway. Traders round table, I will do a lot of preparation for that, and so the video, if you don't want to join in on Traders round table, the video will be very detailed on that basis. Okay, so I am coming into this week with bearish sentiment based on the lack of momentum in the Nasdaq market, and just looking for potential pushes higher. Why is that not doing that? That's it. Looking for potential higher moves in dollar, and increased volatility and so on. Alright, so I'm not going to be any more committal in the market than that. So I'm going to wait till Monday gets underway, and then I will review my view on the market with a look at the price action on Monday. Alright, I hope that helps. It's not very specific, I understand that. But I don't think this is the time to start getting committed to a market, to a trade or a particular pair, until we've got a little bit more information on my belt. Happy trading, and talk to you soon.